Ah, ah. Ah. I spoke to you years ago. Maybe not to you. But years ago, I spoke. It might have been 2013, 2014 when the GoFundMe things were starting up. And I spoke. I said, look at that. They found a way to make us communist. They're fighting against communism left and right. This is something they just cannot abide with. They care about. They can't stand it. They despise it. Can't say they hate it because they've never loved it to begin with. Maybe they did. Maybe they're all in cahoots. GoFundMe stuff started coming out for people's health care and things like that. About the time they were fighting about the Affordable Care Act, they call it Obamacare a long time ago because they didn't want to accept it. But now they say, fuck Lumen, fuck the Affordable Care Act, because, well, they use the name now because it sounds official and it sounds like it's evil. I'd look at that stuff and reasonably, logically, step pro ration voluntas. That's German for let my will stand for a reason. Yeah. I'd look at that when people were starting this thing up for the Buy Me a Beer campaign stuff, which I would never ask. If I can't find a beer, if I can't afford one, it pushes me forth to make enough money to buy one. And if I can buy as many as I need, then I won't be a problem to society because I wake up hungover and go to my job and never complain about anything. Because if you complain, you get noticed. And if you're drunk half the day, I'm just speaking in general, then you don't want people noticing you. It's not me. It's not me. I'm getting to it. You see, these people started with their GoFundMes, and I said, what you have done now in this state is to have taken government programs away from children. We watched a band disappear and sporting events. Now they force everybody to be an asshole walking around. They feel good about it because they feel important. Buy these fucking M&Ms or my kid can't go to fucking Wisconsin to play soccer. Some shit like that. And it's like, it's not supposed to be that. We're supposed to be taking care of each other in a way that sounds very communist, but the government is supposed to be doing it. That's not communist. Communism takes from each other and gives to each other. And so they're fighting so hard to get rid of these programs, and then they come up with GoFundMe so we take care of each other. That sounds to me like they're coming closer to making us a communist nation. And the lottery, when it was instilled in Michigan, I'm old enough to remember. They said there's money, this money is going to the schools. And it seemed like after the lottery started giving money to the schools, supposedly, that the schools had less and less money to do what they were doing. Why? Because somebody took the fucking bill off the government, the federal government. Oh boy. And so you go buy a lottery ticket, and I don't buy lottery tickets all the time. I remember being in China, Shamashoho Wochunali, I, when I was there, when I went there, I saw friends that I made say you could buy a lottery ticket, you could become a wealthy man. And I'm sitting there looking, I'm going, is this what people are putting on you? And even though I did not hold us over them in cultural relativism, people are running their own business, how they want to live in a community with each other without having to worry about somebody riding them every fucking day. I guess if that's what they choose, that's what they get. If they haven't known anything better, which is some problem we might be running into soon. We once knew something better. Remember when I used to be able to say whatever the fuck I wanted, and the ACL would be right behind me? And now they're trying to get rid of the people that might not like me but appreciate the notion of being able to say what the fuck you think without somebody deciding they're trying to change history and you're not supposed to speak the truth. Excuse me while I clear my throat. And I'm in China looking at these lottery tickets. I said, no fucking way. I once bought a lottery ticket in North Dakota on the way to Montana, and I said, wouldn't that be funny? Just a guy passing through wins. I forgot to check it for like 3 years. I found it in my wallet. No telling. But I will buy a lottery ticket here and there without thinking this is how they're fucking keeping us down. I understand the prospect, the aspect of it. However, I went to buy a lottery ticket a couple of days ago. And I said, well, see what we do. Give me a Mega Millions. And the chick at the thing, as I'm watching she says, well, it's $5 now, you know. And I said, $5? Wasn't it $2? She said, yeah, they raised it. I said, well, fuck it. Give me a classic 47. Is that still $1? And she said, yeah. So I'm paying into a Michigan lottery for our kids instead of spreading around between all these people as we watch our fucking programs collapse. And I looked at her and I said, wow, must have gone up because the Department of Education is getting shut down and they're going to need the money. And the girl's like, ah. She didn't like that. I should have known better, but I guess they don't allow them wear fucking red hats into work any more than they allow blue hats and red hats and scarves between Compton and Watts, wherever the goddamn the Crips. And the other guy, the Blood. But what I realize, you see, the person selling you a lottery ticket isn't going to understand what it is you're talking about when you try to explain that to them. And that's not this person. There are thinkers spread throughout our community. Most of them are quiet, like I was. But I think, well, what do I have to lose? Let's put it out there in a fucking space capsule for when the goddamn aliens show up. They can say, well, there was hope. And I tell them, fuck hope. It's the little sister of worry. You've done nothing to make it any better, yet you still believe that it's going to go your way. Whereas worries like, oh, this is going to go bad. I haven't done a thing since I fucking said I wanted it. But I think Mega Millions went up to $5 for a ticket from $2. Oh my gosh, what's that? 250%? Something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to do the math. It just occurred to me. I could, but I won't. So it's gone up to $5 from a $2 lottery ticket. And you wonder, why is that? Oh, they must be getting in on this thing. They're marketing. They're saying, oh boy, we can make you even more money, because everybody sees, especially after that guy lost $7 million in the fucking Bitcoin thing, they know that money doesn't mean much anymore. And like when I was walking to church and the kid wanted to have $1 million, and I said to him, I'm like, that's not going to do much for you in the future. I was like fucking 8 years old. I was thinking ahead. $1 million, that was everything in that time frame. Maybe he was speaking on principle, but I don't think so. It's just not going to mean anything in the future. So they're like, oh, we'll tell them you pay $5 now. Look at how much more you could win. But they talk these people into it, and these people forget that the odds of them winning are nothing anyway. And, well, you think I'm talking bad against the lottery? I'm not. This is the twist of the plot. These fuckers said, well, and here's the thing. They don't want you to win. You could look at it that way. You raise it from $2 to $5. Why do they do that? It may be that that poor guy's people are in on it. They know that the cost of a lottery ticket, even though it may be $5 on paper, is like $10 in reality, due to the money that they're losing with their fucking 401k and everything that are trying to protect, but they don't have time to do. So they know nobody's going to buy a lottery ticket for $10. They can spare 2 or something. They might even be able to spare 5 if they'd have been indoctrinated with that from the beginning. But that 5 amounts to 10 for what we are used to $5 being and what it's become. So what these people, they know that the real poor people, they just aren't going to be able to buy that lottery ticket because they won't have money for cigarettes. They have to make a choice, and they know cigarettes are real, and the lottery is a pipe dream. Straight out of a White House pill mill. So they're keeping the really poor people from getting on their yacht. They can take a guy out of a place that they might have had some community college and can talk to somebody on the boat, the cruise, the I almost said Nazi. I meant not not um, yacht, but it may be. Here's the plot twist. It may be that the lottery is trying to draw more money in to bring up the percentage fiscally, monetarily, fiduciarily of what they have to give to the schools because they know that if the schools don't survive, then their children don't survive. It may be the lottery is charging more in this dark Mother Night scenario so they can save our institution.